Welcome to qnawire.
Okay, so here for this problem, we're wanting to differentiate f of x, which equals 5.2x plus 2.3. And this is a nice linear function. So anytime we have a linear function, we can just use the power rule to differentiate. And the power rule says to find the derivative with respect to x of x to the n, we take that exponent n and we multiply it by x to the n minus 1. So our exponent just decreases by 1 degree. And so if we look at our problem here, we say, all right, we have 5.2 times x to the 1. We know there's a exponent of 1 there. And then 2 plus 2.3 times x to the 0, right? Anything to the 0 power is 1. And so we can consider this to be x to the 0. So applying the power rule, we say, okay, so we have the derivative of x is going to be take that 5.2 and multiply it by the exponent, which is just 1. And now my x to the 1 becomes a x to the 1 minus 1, which is just 0, right? It decreases down to 0. And then I do the same thing to the other piece of my function, which is 2.3. And again, my exponent was 0, so I'm going to bring that 0 and multiply it here. And now my x to the 0 becomes x to the 0 minus 1, which is just negative 1. And of course, we're going to simplify. 5.2 times 1 is just 5.2. And then x to the 0, we know anything to the 0 power is just 1, so technically this is just 5.2. And then plus 2.3 times 0 times x to the 0 minus 1, anything times 0 is 0. Right? And then we simplify even further. 5.2 times 1 is just 5.2 plus 0, again, is just 5.2. So when I want to differentiate 5.2x plus 2.3, I end up with just 5.2 as my final answer for the differentiation.